Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and television shows and try to release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today's movie comes from the DC animated lineup, Legion of Superheroes. Takes well-known hero, Kara Zor-El, otherwise known as Supergirl, and mashes her fish-out-of-water backstory together with a sinister plot set in the Legion of Superheroes Academy. It was written by Josie Campbell and directed by Jeff Waymister. Like all superhero stories, it's based on a fantastical premise and requires you to throw away your understanding of the world and just accept this alternate reality. There are a lot of coincidences, convenient story devices, and technology so advanced that it is indiscernible from magic. If you can't get over the fantastical nature of the story, you'll be sure to find a ton of holes in the logic. It's best to get over it early so you can enjoy it. At its core, it's about Kara growing as a person while foiling the villain's plans. The rest is just a setting for the story to take place in. So let's jump into it. Kara Zor-El, played by Meg Donnelly, is a young Kryptonian woman hoping to find her place in the universe. She's brash, intelligent, and creative. As one of the last surviving Kryptonians, she has all the same powers as her cousin Clark. She can fly and has super strength, super speed, ice breath, and laser eyes. Like Clark, her biggest weakness is kryptonite, followed by how predictable she is. The film starts off with yet another quick flashback to the destruction of Krypton and Kara's last moments with her mother. We get a little bit of lore about Krypton and Kara's mother Allura, and a touching moment between the two of them before Krypton goes kaboom, and Kara is sent hurtling off toward Earth. On Earth, we get a single scene of her struggling to fit in, and another of her fight with Solomon Grundy. Then, Clark takes her through a portal to the future. On the other side of the portal is the Legion of Superheroes Academy, a training ground for future Legionnaires. Thinking Kara can make friends here and feel more at home, Clark leaves her here to study. Kara quickly jumps into things. She starts making friends, excelling in her classes, and makes a rival out of Brainiac's grandson, Brainiac 5, voiced by Harry Shum Jr. Meanwhile, in the background, an organization known as the Dark Circle starts making moves on the Academy's vault of weapons. Most of the screen time is dedicated to the relationship between Kara and Brainiac, and how Kara grows as a person from it. It's a fun little adventure with an eccentric high school aesthetic. Kara and Brainiac share a lot of personality traits, and seeing them competing was a lot of fun. Kara is brazen and more physical, and Brainiac, being a cyborg, uses a more logical and methodic style. She's the brawn and he's the brains. Each of them has their own strengths and weaknesses, and through watching their relationship, the audience is taught a few valuable lessons about judging a book by its cover and being honest with others about our intentions. The story is wholesome and touching, but it's also highly predictable and doesn't leave much room for the villains to be developed. The first time the Circle appears, their agents slaughter the guards at Star Labs, but end up swallowing cyanide to keep Batman from interrogating them. From that point on, they follow Kara around quietly, but don't make much of an appearance. When they finally do make their move, they quickly take control of the Academy, but their demeanor completely changes after they do. They suddenly can't hit any of their shots, can't beat any of the heroes, and their surprise leader puts on an exceptionally disappointing performance against Kara. The film shoehorns in a wishing well scene so Kara can show off her personal growth, and then ends with another disappointing fight, and a lot of cliche Hollywood shtick. The story is fairly predictable, and it's at its best when it's focused on Kara and Brainiac. The relationship between them is sweet, and plays well off of a lot of strong tropes. On the other hand, the fight scenes are just okay. The first one between Grundy and Supergirl is probably the most intricate fight in the film, and even that one is mostly a slugfest between two super strong people. They show off each of Kara's powers once or twice, but never in creative ways. She freezes a robot to stop it from moving or uses her I-beams to destroy another. After the first two fights between Supergirl and Grundy and Supergirl and Brainiac, the rest of the fights are just people punching each other. There's also one scene of the misfit students of the Academy using their powers, but each of their powers is used in elaborate new ways just so they can still punch people. It's funny when one of the ridiculous heroes' powers is revealed to be super useful, but it's also sad that the best power they could come up with is a guy with detachable arms that he controls telepathically. The cast puts a phenomenal effort into their characters, and there are quite a few good performances here. Meg Donnelly as Supergirl is confident with great comedic timing. She does well during the emotional conversations on Krypton between her and Jennifer Hale, and puts a lot of emotion into her voice. Jennifer Hale as Allura Zor-El plays a loving mother and a reliable leader. Her last words to Kara were full of love. Darren Criss, who plays Clark Kent, shows just as much love and respect for his cousin. His tone comes off as understanding, and his soft yet stoic voice works well for the Boy Scout hero. Jensen Ackles is also in here doing his best Batman voice, and my god, he sounds a lot like Kevin Conroy. The only performance that was a little stiff was Harry Shum Jr. as Brainiac, but his character was literally a cyborg, so it works out okay. Production-wise, the artwork is fairly standard for the DC animated universe. The style is simple and clean, with an emphasis on emotion and vibrant colors. We don't see much of Krypton or present-day Earth, but both environments are detailed locations with a lot of flavor. The future Earth and the Legion of Superheroes Academy are the same way. Lots of stylish, futuristic technology, giant holographic murals of the heroes, and grandiose buildings. The characters are all wearing colorful tights as per superhero tradition. Sound-wise, the film is fairly quiet, with almost no original music and only sparsely used background music in the film. The instrumental background tracks are short and quiet and only appear during action sequences, montages, or to accompany a big moment. Overall, Legion of Superheroes is a fun and touching superhero story that delves deep into the absurd and tells a story full of time travel, magic, and good morals. Kara is a good character, and her relationship with Brainiac 5 is a neat play on old tropes. The fights could have been better and the villains could definitely use some help, but the film doesn't take itself too seriously and puts on an entertaining show. If you like superhero stories, give this one a go. 7 out of 10.